Hey guys, today in SAO Integral Factor, we're going to look into the new events that's just been released, which is the Fatal Battle against the Kobold Lord. So this is the strongest or the most challenging event that they have ever released. Yes, you can see in there the level 200 is recommended, that's what it says on here, but the completion reward is just a honor. So you can beat this 3 different levels with the 3 different weakness and get 3 different titles with a cool background, which is the first that we have ever seen in the game so far. And you can only challenge this event with a party of 6, which makes it a lot harder. And the details in here, the Kobold Lord is pretty much the same as the other Kobold Lord that we have ever had, except for the weakness here. The 3 different modes have a 3 different elements or the weapon weakness, but it also says that it weaks to bleed in there. So that part over there we are going to test. And it has a resistance to burn, so don't use your burn weapon. In terms of the score rewards, it's pretty, well, yeah, it's nothing that you can get in there that is useful. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to skip on that score rewards. Okay, so this is the NPC that you can talk to challenge the dungeon. And as you can see, we have 3 different one with 3 different weakness, and the level is saying that it is a level 200, and it has a time limit of 10 minutes, which is brutal. I couldn't even beat the level 150 events before in 10 minutes with a party of 6, so I don't think I'm ever gonna beat this boss, but we'll take a look. I'm just going to prepare my Koharu with the proper weapon before going in, and I'm gonna put axe on her to buff my attack. And then we are going to dive in, and we are going to go against the enemy that's weak to slash in here, since I'm going to use dagger, and I have the dagger weapon that can inflict bleed, so we will test that in here as well. Okay, so let's take a look. When on the stage itself, it has 2 mushroom there that you can get to heals, and my normal attack is dealing 610 before Koharu's buff. So let's try to remember that it's doing 610 damage, because I will show you something later. So let's try to bleed now, and as you can see here, the bleed is dealing 3400, and the right hand side there, it's showing 1400 damage with the same stacks, and that right hand side there is actually against the the kill rate. So you can see there the difference is 2000 damage difference in there. So just going to go ahead and stack 99 bleeds, and then we are going to compare it again the same way, that the left hand side is going to be against this boss, and the right hand side is going to be against the chaos against the raid boss. And here with 99 bleeds, it's actually doing 8500, and on the right hand side there, if you can see, it's only doing 6400. So even with the resistance, it's actually not doing that much damage with the 99 stack of bleed, so it's a bit disappointing. But anyway, next let's take a look into the attack pattern here. So the attack pattern is pretty simple, so I can always dodge their attack actually, but let's try to see how much damage we get if the boss strikes us. So here, oops, okay, 64,000, it kills me in 1 strike. I have like 55,000 HP, but it still kills me in 1 strike. That's crazy. Okay, but I'll take a look into the mushroom here and how much it heals. Yeah, so it heals 1300. So yeah, the mushroom there is pretty much useless, because for 1 strike of the boss you're gonna die anyway. So that's just a decorations, I think. Okay, so next let's take a look into all of the attack damage. Okay, so that one is doing 74,000 damage, and that's that second pattern, attack pattern there. And yeah, so there's an, I don't know if that's the same one, but maybe that's not the same one. Okay, so we have that move, and then you have this move, which is a shorter range, and then the one that kills me before. Okay, so let's take that one. So that one is doing 83,000 damage, so it's even more than what we have before. So I don't think I need to heal on this one. It's like all the attack kills me anyway. So then third one there, it's actually weaker. It's only doing 35,000, and I think I tried it for a few a little bit more, but I only see these 3 attack patterns. So maybe after we hit it to half HP, it will change the attack pattern, but I have no way to confirm that because I'm not strong enough to do that. But if you guys have any information on that, let me know in the comment below and we'll take a look. So next we'll take a look into these skills that will reduce the defense of enemy defense by 90%. That's because on the Discord channel we have an information that this enemy has a 10,000 defense. So I want to prove or I want to see what happens if we drop the defense to 0 and then we use our attack. So we're also gonna use Koharu with that skills there, which has 26% defense down. So total will get over 100% defense down. Okay, so let's take a look. So my attack is doing 1 damage on this boss, and even with the Shera skill there, I still do 1 damage. And if I use this skill, it's still doing 1 damage. And only this Asuna skill is doing more damage, because even that other Asuna skill is still doing 1 damage. Okay, so let's take a look. If I use the Shera skills and it's Koharu is using the defense down skills, now my normal attack is doing 615 damage. So from 1 damage back to 615 damage. That's a lot of increase for sure. And yeah, so once the debuff is gone, then it's doing 1 damage back. So yeah, unfortunately I only have this Shera skills on my weaker account, so I don't know if the effect is going to be the same or as big as this one, but I think this Shera skill is going to be useful against this boss still to increase your overall damage for the party. Yeah, too bad it's only lasting for 5 seconds after the skill use. If my theory is right, the Shera skill will be able to give you a damage boost on the skill attack up to 10,000, which is the same as the defense. Okay, so next I will test these violet skills. If I use the Shera skill and then use the violet skills, which before was doing 1 damage, and see how much damage I will do against this boss. So 4,200-ish damage in there. So now I'm going to compare this damage against a different boss, which also weak to thrust and not holy. And I think this Chaos Seahorse boss is a suitable candidate for that testing. So let's take a look. Yeah, so I'm just going to use these violet skills. It's doing 5,100 damage, and that's without the Shera skill. And if I use the Shera skill and then use the violet skills, well, unfortunately it's still hitting critical, so you can't really use that hest, but let's do that again after the cooldown is okay. So there you go, it's doing 5,900 damage against the Seahorse, and against the Kobold it's only 4,200. I think that's just because 10% of the Kobold's defense is still too big. Anyway, that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next SAO Integral Factor content. Bye now.